Hi, welcome to my channel. In today's video, in today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how I made this flare top from my leftover fabric. So I just brought out this small fabric from my store. So I just sort of, what can I actually do with a 1 yard material? So I said, let me try this flare top. So I placed tape on it, and it's giving me like 39 inches right now. So I decided to make a sleeveless top so that at least I won't be needing much material. So this is how I cut the material out. This is how I cut my style. I folded it. So as you can see, I'm trying to arrange the material. So after folding, I check out the length to be sure of what I'm doing. Can I actually get the style from 1 yard? So I map out the where the shoulder will be. Then I mark the armhole. So I check the length. So I decided to make the front 22 inches. Since it's a high-low hem style, 22 inches should be okay for the front, because the back part will be longer than the front part. So I marked the armhole. So I need to shape out the armhole right now. So this is where the bust line measurement will be. So I mark my bust plus the seam allowance. So from the armhole, I connected the line. So I tried to curve out using the curve ruler. I curved out the armhole. So it's taking shape gradually. So I'm trying to mark where the neckline will be. So 3 inches is okay for me. I just want it to be very close to the neck. So I marked 3 inches by 3.5 inches. So I use the curve ruler to draw the curve. That is for the front neckline. So for the back also, I marked 1.5 inches. And I use my ruler to curve it too. So I've gotten the front and the back curve right now. This is it. Let me bring it close to the camera. So what I will do next is to map out the hem, the full circumference of the hem. So I'm trying to mark 22 inches all through. And now let me trace it with my chalk. I actually know where the hem is. So this is it. It's taking shape. is the hemline. So since it's high-low hem, so I need to add extra by the side. So I'll be adding 4 inches. That is the side where the side seam will be. I added 4 inches. So from there, I'll draw a curve joining the front area. Please, this is how I want my curve to be. So the hem has changed right now. This is now the new front hemline. So the side, I decided to curve it out now. Yes, to give it that flesh shape. So it has taken shape. What I will do next now is to look for my scissors and cut it out. So after pinning, at least so as to hold it in place. It's very necessary to pin your work. Then I cut it out so that I'll prepare the fabric again for the back side. So guys, please subscribe to my channel if you are here to subscribe. Press the notification bell so that you'll be notified when next I post a new video. And don't forget to like this video, please. You know this is a new channel, so kindly do all these things so as to promote the channel. Thank you. So this is the front panel of this top right now. I'm done. So for the back, I folded the remaining material. So guys, you know I am managing this material right now. I want it to be okay, to be enough, so I don't have to waste any part. I have to place it perfectly so that to be okay, to be enough for this top that I am making. So I'm trying to position it in a way that at least I will benefit. So this is it. This is it. Just trying to place it well, because if not, so after placing it, you can see the back supposed to be far longer than 4 inches, so that it will just fall in place to just give me that high-low hem that I'm looking for. So at the end of the day, I measured it. It gave me 6 inches. So from the extra 4 inches I added here, I decided to draw the line and join. So this is it. At least the back will be a bit longer than the front, making it the high-low that I wanted in the first place. So I cut out the neckline, cut the shoulder, the armhole, cutting it right now. So cutting out the side. So this is it. the back panel is set it aside. Then so let me cut out the original curve for the front neckline. So this is it. So for the back, there should be an opening at the back for button. So I need to open it up so that my head will be able to enter when I'm wearing it. So I have to cut it open, slit the other side open. Kind of keyhole design at the back. After cutting it, this is how it looks. Then I have to go to the machine right now and join the shoulders so that I'll be doing a piping for the back. So I'll use the leftover material to pipe the neck and the armhole. So this is it. I've joined the shoulders. So then I turned the keyhole with bias, as you can see. So for piping, I have to measure out the armhole and the neckline so that I will cut out bias from the material, so I can go and do and pipe the armhole. So to cut the piping bias, I have to fold it diagonal and cut out 2 inches. I have to cut out 2 inches from these little fabrics. So this is me measuring it so I can get a straight line. And I'm cutting it out. When you cut on bias, the fabric will become stretchy. It will no longer be that kind of fat fabric. It will now be stretchy. So I know this will not be enough. I have to cut out again so that I'll go to the machine and join them all together. So I'll cut from the other little fabric too, so that I'll have enough. As you can see, you saw how I cut this. This is what is called cutting on bias. Cut it on bias so that the fabric will be stretchy, so it will be easy for you to attach to the neckline. So this is it. After attaching, this is what it looks like. And I attached a loop for button. as you can see, it's looking very neat, very stylish. And I've done the hemming too. So this is the top, looking very clean and neat. So this is it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this